Well, hello, 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 everyone. Well, tonight I am on live, and I believe I am in day 12. Wait, 12. Can you believe it's been day 12? Yeah. Oh, day 12 of 30. We're on a 30-day live challenge, and I have made it to 12 straight days going live on Facebook and YouTube. Whew, what an accomplishment. Gosh. Well, tonight I want to talk about insecurity. And the reason I want to talk about insecurity, this was going live is actually one of the ways to get through insecurity. Just coming on live, talking to a live stream. Sometimes there's a lot of people, and then sometimes there's hardly anyone. But yet, I'm still encouraged to come on and go live every day for 30 days. 30 days, right? So, we're going to talk about insecurity on tonight. And there are many different reasons why we may feel insecure, and insecurity stem from so many different factors. And so we have to just figure out, where these factors or where this insecurity is coming from. And so if there's anybody else that's feeling insecure on tonight, I was very insecure when I first came on, and the first night, I was very insecure. Now, the more I do it, the more I go toward it and taking small steps, running toward those fears, I feel less insecure about what I'm doing. So, yeah, this live is going to help those that may be suffering from insecurities like low self esteem, unworthiness, lack of validation, fear of rejection, and the list of negative thoughts and actions goes on and on. So, tonight we want to learn how to get over these insecurities and begin to live our rich life that is promised to us, right? So, yeah, my name is Rhonda Jackson. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, a master instructor with over 20 years of experience. And coming from a corporate background into the salon setting, I noticed a significant gap between how corporate ran things and how we was doing things in the salon. And so that inspired me to come up with a coaching program called Rich Girls Don't Cry. Now, this program aims to empower the salon owner by incorporating proven corporate strategies into their salon business. And the result is creating a profitable salon that works outside of the salon owner's presence. Wouldn't you like that? I would. So through these lives, my objective is to help prepare women to walk in the richness in every area of their life. So when you hear the name Rich, when I say the name of this is Rich Girl, when you hear the name Rich, know that it's um it's a life. It's a life filled with that's lived intentionally, proactively, and abundantly. And it's no room for insecurities. And so that's what we're talking about when we say rich life. That's the type of life we're talking about living. In the richness of life, intentionally, proactively, and abundantly. That's the rich girl stuff. Okay, so now let's talk about some of the root causes of insecurity, and some of it may be low self-esteem or self-doubt. You know, uh, you know, not able to do things, leading to feeling. It may lead to feelings of insecurity. And some of us may have experienced a negative or traumatic experience, in our childhood or even recently. Traumatic list of events can cause insecurities. And then past failures or abusive relationships. So, all which can leave lasting emotional scars and make us doubt ourselves. Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard. So, how about unrealistic comparison? We go on social media, and then we begin to compare ourselves with what we see on social media, what we think people's lives are like on social media. Someone probably even dropped the ball in our lives as a child and didn't offer up the validation that we need growing up. That would cause insecurity as well. And the fear of rejection, and that's another thing that would cause insecurity, is the fear of rejection. So, it's like, have you ever? It's so funny. Do they still pick teams in school? Hi, Jerry Jackson. How are you? Do they still pick teams in school? You know how they get two captains, and then the two captains start calling out people's names. Oh, I want Jerry on my team. I want Lisa on my team. Or I take Herman on my team. And then they go on and on picking teams, and then you are the only one left up there. And so you're the last to be picked. That can cause insecurity, right? That can cause a lot of insecurity by, just the different ways that we grew up. And then, even negative body images can cause, you're not happy with the way you look. That can cause some deep-seated insecurities as well. So these are, that was just a small list of things that would cause insecurity. That was just a small list. It's so many different things. Even if you within a bad relationship, any of that, all that causes insecurity. And so, did you know that there are now known celebrities that suffer from insecurity? So we're not even by ourselves. Oprah Winfrey, Viola Davis, Beyonce, Halle Berry. They have always spoken out about their struggle. And Halle Berry said that she suffered a low self-esteem and a feeling like an outsider because she grew up as a biracial young lady, little girl, in a predominantly white community. And so that gave her a sense of insecurity. Beyonce, she didn't like the way she sounded when she was singing growing up, and that caused insecurity with her. And on and on. And Oprah Winfrey, and it was insecurity because of the way she grew up. So a lot of these is like childhood trauma, childhood background that they suffered from insecurity growing up. And culture and media influences portrays of idea lifestyles and appearances that can create unrealistic expectations, causing insecurity in those who feel that they don't fit the standard. Wow. You don't, what standard? But see, it's the standard that you see in others or on social media, and then you start comparing yourself to those type of standards. And that's kind of different. So, y'all, it's important to recognize that everyone experiences some degree of insecurity at some point. Everybody. Now, my question to you tonight, or what I would like to help you with on tonight, is how do you get through these insecurities? How do we get through them? Well, one thing, we're going to talk about self-awareness. And we got to recognize and acknowledge our insecurities and understand their origins and triggers. And remember, we talked about that on one of the other lives. I don't remember what live we talked about that, but remember we talked about taking those thoughts into captivity and thinking about these thoughts that come through our mind. What are we going to do with those thoughts? We're going to accept it or we're not. Does it line up with the word of God? Because if it don't line up with the word of God, we know that's not of God. So we should not be thinking on these things. The Bible says to think on those things that are pure, that are lovely, of good report. So those are the things that we're going to think of. We can't be thinking about, things that's tearing us down. Oh, you gained a lot of weight. Oh, you don't look like that. Or, but the things that we see on social media. Especially when they got these little AI little pictures now, they're perfect. And then we trying to compare ourselves to that. Really? No. So we got to make sure that we're being aware of the things that we're thinking. And the Bible tells us what to think on. Think on these things. And then he gives you a list of things to think on. So why are we thinking differently? So we got to be self-aware. Another way that you get through these insecurities is positive self-talk. Positive self-talk. Replace those negative thoughts with affirmation and encouragement statements. I know I have a family member. She has like little post-it notes all over her house, in her bathroom, in her kitchen, and it's just affirmations. She got affirmations all throughout her house so that it can remind her of who she is and how she should be thinking. And that helped her a lot. It helped a lot. So, and then what we're going to do is focus on our strengths. And so when we focus on our strength, we identify our talents and our abilities and celebrate our accomplishment. Remember, even last night we talked about how to get paid from your strength, or how to monetize from your strength, the different things that you're good at, that you can actually get paid with that or for that. Right. And so that's another way to get through it. Another way is to seek support. You talk to friends, you talk to family, and some of us probably even need to talk to a therapist. There's nothing wrong with that. And so we talk to a therapist, a friend, a family, and we share and, provide this information to let them know exactly, what we're thinking and why we're thinking like that, and why we think that we're suffering through low self-esteem or insecurities. And then we got to set realistic goals. When you start setting the realistic goals, what you want to do is just break them down into smaller, achievable steps to build confidence. Like, I'm going to go on live tomorrow, but I'm just going to go live just for 5 minutes, because I'm trying to get through this insecurity. And, you just start setting these goals. And by the end of this 30 days, I'm going to be on live for at least 20 minutes. I'm just saying this as an example. I'll be on for more than 5 minutes because I'm getting through this insecurity thing, right? So you got to make sure that you're starting to set, these realistic goals, something that you can do, something that you never thought you would do. You got to start running towards your fears. Now, that was the first slide we talked about, on the other side of fear. And so that's something that will help you start getting through, the insecurity. And then we got to practice self-care. Prioritize your physical and emotional well-being. And that's something that we're going to talk about later on the live. Yes, prioritizing your physical and your emotional well-being. And then limit comparison. Be careful, you all, by avoiding trying to compare yourself to other people and to what you think everybody else is doing in their journey and what they're going through. You don't know how people got to where they are. So you got to be careful in comparing yourself with people, because you don't know what anybody is going through. And even if they do have a great life, you still don't want to compare yourself to them, because you don't even know how they even got to that great life. Are you ready to really go through what somebody else is going through or have gone through? Do you even have the capacity to go through what somebody else is going through? So the last thing is, make sure that you embrace your uniqueness. When you embrace your uniqueness, you know that you are one in a million. And there's simply not one person on this planet that compares to you. Not one. You're one in a million. And the songwriter said, millions didn't make it, but I'm one of the ones that did, right? So don't compare yourself to anybody. You are unique in your own way. And God created you like that. He said, even before you entered into your mother's womb, he knew you. And he called you by name. You're uniquely called by God. Now, how much more unique can we get than that? Than the Creator himself called us by name. Yeah, so yeah, that's good there. That's very good. So remember that overcoming insecurity takes time and it takes effort. So be patient, Be compassionate with yourself throughout this journey. And know and remember that God called you by name. He foreknew you, even before the foundation of this world. He called you by name. Okay? So that's it. My name is Rhonda Jackson. I maximize the salon owner by helping them create the salon of their dreams by putting the corporate strategy into their salon setting and creating a salon that runs clockwise without the salon owner being present. And so that's it for tonight, you all. And I'll see you back at 7 p.m. on tomorrow. Every Friday, it will be at 9 p.m., but on Saturday through Thursday, I'm sorry, yeah, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it will be at 7 p.m. So again, this is day 12 of 30. So you got like what, 22? I don't know, my mind is gone. But anyway, we're 12 from out of 30 days. And so I'll be back even next week at 9. But every other day outside of Friday, it's at 7 p.m. So you all, thank you so very much for listening, for joining in. And thank you, honey. My number one fan. So yeah, thank you all so much for coming on and joining. Even those that's coming back in on the replay, make sure you comment, like, share. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll talk to you on tomorrow. Bye bye.